Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to a new series on a game called March of the Living. So this game is basically a turn-based style exploration game set in a zombie apocalypse with a kind of story based on what character you choose, and your actions then reflect on the rest of the story. And it's pretty cool. I had an hour on it earlier, and yeah, it looks pretty decent. Just got to grips with the game, and we're gonna crack in. I'm also going to be doing a giveaway on this game, so to enter the giveaway all you got to do is leave a comment below on the video. And yeah, basically I'll probably give the results maybe the end of episode 4 or 5. Planning on getting this series out pretty quickly and doing quite a bit on this because, as I've said, my first hour in the game has been pretty good. I've kind of enjoyed it and would think it'd make a pretty decent game. Story series, Jesus. Right, okay, so let's crack into the game, and again, just going to delete that old stuff. I'll actually link the game in the description below, so if you like what you see or you want to know more than what I've actually told you or will tell you in this episode, then please feel free to take a look, and that's probably got a slightly better description. So our only character at the moment is Greg, and he is steadfast and decisive. Greg might not be the luckiest man alive, but when his mind is made up, there's no dissuading him from his course. He'll stop at nothing when it comes to finding his ex-wife and child. Okay, so we can actually pick other characters, but we have to do certain things in the game, or in our playthrough rather, to actually unlock Anna, Derek and Blake, who all have obviously different skills. So Derek is a hunter, is resilient, and Greg is a pistol expert, a shotgun expert, intermediate, and a rifle intermediate. Really can't speak today. Inventory, he has an old revolver, a hammer and a flashlight. So we're going to get into it. And yeah, I think we're basically going to make our way around to try and scavenge some stuff, and I'll try and explain the best I can actually what's going on in the game. So for the past couple of weeks you've been barricaded up in your home, trying to get hold of your ex-wife Chloe over the phone. Like rhyme in there. No one on the other end has picked up though, and this has made you worried for both her and your son Tom, over whom she has custody. What a bitch. Even though you and Chloe may not have parted on the best terms 2 years ago, you still care about them and want to be sure they're both safe in this post-apocalyptic nightmare. Storing as many supplies as you realistically can carry in your old car, you drove over the state border towards their home. Soon enough, your vehicle runs out of fuel and grinds to a halt. Just before you ditch it though, you'll hear an interesting broadcast over the radio. Survivors in the secured city of Wellston, 4 of these claim to have a ship, which they plan to use to find sanctuary offshore. If you can find Chloe and Tom, maybe you can take them there. So let's start our journey on foot. Okay, so basically this is the main layout of the game, kind of similar graphical setup to Sheltered, which I've played on this channel as well. You can take a look at that. And basically this is where we're heading, Chloe's apartment, and this is the map. So this is where we're starting, and we can only travel from dot to dot each time. So obviously if I click on this dot, that gives me the kind of corresponding roads which can then travel to from there, and obviously if we go kind of to either of these, it doesn't really make a difference because we are heading over to Chloe's apartment. That's the first thing we're going to do, and we have many different sectors to kind of explore, but these cities as well which can be scavenged, and there's a lot of kind of RNG to the game, kind of like Neo Scavenger, and what you're going to find, what encounters you're going to get. And yeah, let's just crack on. So I think we're going to go to the route below, and we have a health, fatigue and hunger, and this growl meter as well, which is basically, I think, how many zombies or the undead are around. We've got 20 pistol bullets and 5 food rations, so we have to actually reload as well. Combat is a completely different thing on this, and I'll try and get into that when we do get into some. So the smell of rotten flesh suddenly fills the air. Prepare to fight. Okay, so we've now got our first encounter, and one cool thing the game does is actually pause it first, so we can either aim at the upper body, aim at the body, or just wait. So this actually gives us a hit chance of 90% because we're a pistol expert, and also gives the kind of rotters statistics as well. So we're just going to aim for the head obviously and try and one-shot it. Okay, we missed. Okay, and we managed to hit it twice. We're actually shedding through a shitload of ammo. Okay, so we got some shotgun shells off him. That was a pretty bad example of combat straight away, and we've reloaded. Okay, so we've now got 3 shotgun bullets. And I think we've got 6 in the chamber and 14 out of the chamber. So let's go back to our map. We've now travelled to this destination, so we're going to go kind of in this pattern here. I mean, you don't have to follow the story. You can kind of do whatever you want to do. And yeah, so that's a pretty good thing. We'll just look around, and I think there's going to be pretty decent ways to play the game. Obviously, we're quite hungry at the moment, but we can sort that out in a second. A survivor limps out from behind his car and notices you standing before him. Hey, I'm pretty hurt badly. I don't want any trouble. I just need a little help and I'll be on my way. Puts a little pressure on his leg by accident and his face tenses. Blood soaks the area where the wound is located. We're going to tell this man we can't help, simply because of the fact I don't trust anyone in these types of games. So, unfortunately, no. He's going to have to fend for himself, I'm afraid. You're not going to help? Fine, I don't need you. I'm strong enough to do this. He angrily limps along. Okay, so he didn't have a weapon, but I think this was the car he was behind, the one that's just next to us there. So let's go back to our map and going to get closer to Chloe's apartment. And we're pretty hungry, so let's do some stopping. It's now hitting night time, and we need to eat. So let's just confirm. So we're now only down to 4 food rations, and we're also pretty tired as well. I was going to say pretty tidy. So we can either rest here, which is quite a risky place. We should be okay. We might not be. We're kind of sleeping in the middle of a road with a fire going, and our fatigue's dropping ever so slightly. But surely it is going down. Obviously the growls are pretty bad. And let's just fast forward this. Okay, so we've woken up, so let's travel again. Okay, you begin to hear the faint sound of engine noise in the distance. Spinning around, you scan the horizon behind. Several motorbikes with armed riders are speeding directly towards you. Early access, guys. Early access. Flag them down, ask for assistance, hide, or open fire as soon as they get in range. We're going to hide. You dive into the undergrowth and lay in wait for the bikers. They begin to slow down as they approach, carefully scanning the foliage for signs of movement. Let's just keep hiding. Okay, right. After a few moments, the bikers get tired of searching and start to head off. However, one of them seems frustrated and fires randomly into the bushes. Unfortunately, one of the bullets hits Greg in the shoulder. What the fuck are the chances of that? The biker then speeds off to rejoin the rest of the group. Okay, so we've now lost a bit of health, so we could do with maybe visiting a hospital or a medical centre as soon as we can, when we do actually get into a city. Okay, so now I need to travel to this bit. Okay, you're plodding along on your own path, minding your own business, but you can't help but feeling a general sense of unease. You're well aware that there don't seem to be any rotters around, and since there's open terrain for miles, you'd spot other human beings long before they came within distance to harm you, and yet you can't quite put your finger on why things feel off. Like there's someone or something spying on you. Okay, It's a bit of a weird choice. A sudden loud cawing comes from above, sounds out and grasps your attention. You look upwards only to find a veritable swarm of crows flying straight towards you. Duck. You throw yourself down to the ground and stay very, very still, hoping that the crows won't attack you. Fortunately, they seem to lose interest in you rather quickly. Are they just toying with you? Have they grown intelligent and decide to be merciful? Whatever the case, you're glad to leave unmolested by crows. Really strange choice of words there. Imagine getting molested by a crow. They kind of fucked up. The open road seems quiet with no living or undead to be seen. Such as an occurrence is rare, so use this time to rest. The relative safety gives your mind time to wonder. Memories of how things used to flood your mind and everything feels okay, even just for a minute or two. After resting a few minutes, a rotter approaches you. There is no more time to cling to the past. Fucking hell. Just want to say, guys, the first playthrough I did of this off camera to get used to the game, I had a lot better luck. Right, let's head a bit closer. So if we head to maybe there, and we'll aim for the upper body. So basically aim for the head, and this is basically our aim meter here, so when this fills up, there we go. So that was worth doing. And we've got a wallet. There is actually a trading system on this game as well. So yeah, that's something we can get into. If we do actually meet anyone, we can barter. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, we've got some from both directions now. Shit, we missed. Come on. Right, just hit this one. Shit. Right, we need to back up. Basically, when the zombies get close, a crosshair will appear on you, and that's how you actually take damage. So, there we go. Out of bullets. So we've got a Crossworlds puzzle book. Okay, we can actually use that at any time. We're just going to reload quickly. And we're kind of shedding through ammo pretty fast. Obviously, we don't have anything for the shotgun shells. And let's just use this. Caught some Zs, 5 letters. Sleep? Slept. Ah, past tense, guys. Past tense. Right, okay, so let's go back to traveling. It's now raining. And I actually didn't get as many of these kind of text-based things on the first go-round either, so I suppose that's pretty good if you like to hear me mumble over words and kind of really just stagger through sentences. The sound of leaves crunching can be heard, possibly the wind. Uncertain, you continue to walk on regardless. You hear the crunching leaves again, this time accompanied by loud footsteps, but before you can turn, you feel a woman bump into you and run off down the road. She stumbles a few steps and eventually trips, dropping a few rations of food. She quickly gets up and runs off to avoid confrontation, leaving the ration on the floor. She is already too far for you to react. Okay, so we got some food rations, that's pretty good. It's probably the best kind of slice of luck we've had so far. And yeah, it's decent, some free food there. So let's feed ourselves and let's keep travelling yonder. So we're now heading for Chloe's apartment. Okay, you arrive outside your ex's apartment, carefully entering the front lobby through the shattered glass front door. You keep an eye out for infected as you make your way up to the 3rd floor. To your dismay, you find fresh blood sprayed across the walls in a macabre display, matching the cordite smell and mix of human and rotter corpses throughout the building. This place must have fallen recently, making you fear the worst for your ex-wife and kid. You sneak over to the door of Chloe's apartment and listen carefully. You're alarmed to hear pottery smash into the ground. Someone inside must be looting the place, or maybe it's some infected that got stuck inside. You're not sure, but it's cause for concern. You ready your weapons just in case. So let's enter the apartment stealthily. As quietly as you possibly can, you slowly open the apartment door and creep inside. It's difficult to see with the light seemingly shot out. Peeking around the corner into a large living room, you see a lone figure tearing the place apart, tossing aside piles of clothing and junk, trying to find something of value. This figure, a short, snivelling man, has a shotgun slung over his shoulder and seems incredibly agitated. You watch him for a moment and notice shaking and making strange noises every time he lays a finger on something. Right, okay, so we can either try the diplomatic approach and talk to this gentleman, or we can shoot him. So I think we're going to shoot him. Before the man can react, you fire your own weapon, striking your target cleanly in the torso. Whatever light was in the man's eyes has faded away thanks to you. You check out his shotgun, an older model, and immediately throw it away. The body and barrel show enough damage on it that you're certain it would explode if you tried to fire it, like a blunderbuss or something. Okay, so let's search through the apartment. You search the bedroom and find a corpse laid out on your former bed. Its face disfigured by, oh no, there's no mistaking that short, dark blonde hair, those highlights, poor Chloe. Okay, so my wife is dead by the looks of things. You're going to find whoever murdered your ex-wife and completely destroy them. Enraged, you walk out the room. There's no sign of Tom, but by searching the apartment further, you find a note scribbled on a torn shred of paper signed by Zach, your ex's bastard of a boyfriend. Right, okay. Warren, as always, you're late. I'm taking off out of this crazy place and going to my cabin. You know the place. I'm stuck with this stupid kid right now, but I figure we can use him to sneak into places and steal shit. If he dies, he dies. Anyway, don't waste time. You know where to find me. Okay. That's pretty shitty, really. You have mixed feelings about the situation. While you're glad Tom wasn't left to die here with his mother, it's clear that Zach doesn't care about him the way you do. You know all about the cabin Zach is talking about, considering it used to be yours before it was taken in the divorce. That's a pretty messy divorce. You remember Tom complaining about how dirty it was when he was taken there by his mother last summer. The fact that Zach isn't taking care of the place pisses you off. Okay, so we've now got to head to our old cabin. So that's in something called Zone 3. So I think to get to different zones we actually have to go to these next sector places on the road. So we're now going to probably have to head downwards. And then head to this city. We need to get some supplies and then head around that way. So that's what we're going to do. Let's head there, and we're pretty tired, so let's... I was going to stop, but it doesn't matter. In the middle of the road sits a lone vehicle, a family sedan with more than enough room to hold you and everything you own. Its doors have been left open as if the owners were forced to depart suddenly. You carefully examine the interior back to front and find no evidence of a struggle, nor telltale signs of infection present in the upholstery. Simply abandoned just like that. The keys are still in the ignition. Okay, let's try and start it. You turn the keys and the engine does start briefly before spluttering and dying. Confused to pop the hood of the car and take a look. Everything looks fine as far as you can tell. Fuel gauge wasn't reading empty either, so that can't be it. Right, let's just abandon it. So we can't get the car going, that's a bit of a shame. There it is there. Kind of similar cars a lot of the time, but that's fine. And let's head to the city. Oh shit, no. Fuck. Right. Okay, so let's just go over here. So we've got 2 dead there, or 2 rotters, so to speak. Okay, we've not got much ammunition either. Okay, right, so let's shoot at this fucker. Please, one shot. We missed, come on. Okay, we've got 1. So let's loop around, fuck. Right, we've just been scratched there as well. It's a bit of a shame. I don't think you do actually get infected unless you die, so that's fine. I think we kind of need to hit this fucker now, though. Shit, okay, hit him in the body. Let's just kind of try and edge past him. Okay, come on. Right, decent. Right, so we're out of bullets and we got some more shotgun shells. So if we do find the shotgun, at least we've got 6 for them. We need to reload our pistol, and we also need to eat and sleep as well. So let's get a ration down us, and we're going to rest just here. The growls are pretty large. Okay, we seem to have got away with that. And let's just head into the city. Okay, so you arrived in Linton. Cities are great to find supplies, but are also highly dangerous. Okay, so the way this works is we can pick as many of these as possible, but obviously the more time we spend searching, the more noise we make, and that attracts more zombies as well. So what we need most is generally ammunition, so we're going to head to the police station. And again, this works more or less the same as what I've just explained. We can either search for 20, 40 or 60 minutes. Obviously they will pay out more loot the longer we search, but we could also up the chance of encounter. So we're going to search for 20 minutes. I mean, there is a chance you could only search for 20 minutes and then you could get done in. But we found some rifle bullets. It's a bit of a shame. I was expecting to find something better. And what else should we go for? We'll go for the apartment. Just search through them quickly. Okay, and we got some pistol rounds, so that's good. We did need some pistol rounds. And let's just try and get some food quickly. In fact, we might need to go to the hospital as well. See what's there. Okay, we've got some food rations. So we're pretty decent on food. We've got 6 rations, and we've got a lot of ammo, but for guns that we don't really have. So let's just head to the hospital. I'm going to go for 40 minutes here. If we get into a fight, we get into a fight. It's that simple, unfortunately. Okay, so we've got 5 Zeds to take out here. We made too much noise. Okay. Can we flee? Okay, we got 1. Missed. Let's go again. 2. Okay, we're not doing too badly here. Shit. Okay, that's a hit. Come on. Right, we're out of bullets. Okay, shit, we need to reload. Let's just move. Okay, move. And we'll aim for this one on the head. Hopefully we just knock him down. There we go. Right, so we've got some antibiotics. So that gives us HP again, so we can just use them straight away just to bulk that up. And we'll just do a quick crossword. Unavoidable and 7 letters. Dunno. Destiny. Right, okay, so let's just take a quick look at our character. I don't know if you can actually build traits up by doing certain things. Probably not. But we're kind of screwed with ammo here, so we're going to have to just keep moving. And I think we can just manage our group. And we can actually equip the hammer instead. We probably should have done that to start with. Maybe with kind of the singular zombies, and that's something that I didn't know. So we're gonna have to build up our ammo reserve at the beginning of the next episode. But I'm gonna leave it an episode here, guys. I hope you liked the introduction to the series and the game. Again, I'll leave the link in the description below if you do actually want to take a look and see what you think of the game. But please leave a like if you enjoyed the video. It's a good indication for me of what to keep going and what to maybe change of how I do things, and etc, etc. Couldn't think of any more words to say, so just say etc twice. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll probably try and get another episode up soon. Remember to leave a comment if you do want to enter part of the giveaway, which I will give away a free Steam key for the game, probably in the next few episodes. So again, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.